seriously off my rocker, but follow me, I'm ahead of the game. I'm ahead of the game. I'm only ever slinging, I'm working overtime. Got the song and I'm the singer, the melody, the vibe. I'm a prodigy, logically, I'm impossibly wanted. Then they'll remember my name. They'll remember my name. Ooh, well, I'm ahead now. I'm ahead of the game. I'm ahead of the game. Ooh, well, I'm ahead now. I'm ahead of the game. I'm ahead of the game. Well, I'm ahead now. Well, I'm ahead now. I'm ahead of the game. I'm ahead of the game.
Hello everyone and welcome to my Banter Blitz today. I'm really looking forward to the games, and yeah, I already have the first game here. Yeah, time control 3+0 mostly, maybe some bullet in the end, and then yeah, good game. So I'm gonna start with knight f3 here, and then see what's happening. I mean, normally I always wait, yeah, exactly for some time, because you know, they can't be online all the time, but of course I also can't wait for too long. So we have some kind of English opening here. Probably 4 knights, yeah, 4 knights, and I'm gonna go for g3 here. e6, bishop g2, so I guess we will get to some kind of Tarrasch, yes. Okay, so classical Tarrasch. I mean, cd4 is really the modern option, yeah, knight d4, bishop c5. But of course, this also is very well possible. It's more or less like the old main line, I would say. Yeah, it's funny. I think I've had like something quite similar already in one of my past Banter, but it's only like a few days ago. There, black played h6, and then I took when king h1 and played knight g1, knight g2, knight f4. But yeah, now that I have the option to go knight d5, I think it's good to do it. And yeah, probably I'm gonna be following up with f4 here, simply because I have the option of always exchanging this bishop on g5, and then it's not that bad that all those pawns are on the dark squares. So it's not blocking this bishop. I think, okay, he can't take on e5. h6, of course, is possible, but yeah, I'm not sure that he really wants to waste the tempo. Queen c7 or queen d6 are both normal moves, but also not too attractive. So I understand that it's not so easy to find a good move here for black. Okay, he goes h6. Yeah, I'll certainly take. Bishop f6 and f4. And now again, I'm not sure I'm threatening f5, but at least it's something he has to think about already. In general, I'm probably going to be trying to attack like queen f3, g4, f5, and so on. I mean, generally he would really like to go f6 at some point, but of course it's much more difficult if you have played already h6, since then always g6 becomes weak. So, okay, he takes. Okay, I can go fe5, but okay, I think I can go d5 and just take on d5 with that pawn. But they have to think about how I'm going to take on d5. So with the knight or with the bishop. I think if I take with the bishop, there's bishop c5. So I don't know, I feel like taking with the knight is better here. Okay, he goes bishop c5 now. I think I could take c4 as well. I mean, bishop e3, knight e3 is not a problem, then c4 is protected. After bishop d5, okay, I can even take on c5 if I like. So yeah, I think it's nothing wrong with taking on c4. And I'm going to take on c5. Of course, a2 is hanging, but okay, I'm still one pawn up, and I can take on d8, go rook a1, rook a5, and take another pawn. So now I think okay, I can even take on d8. I thought I shouldn't, because after rook d8, king g2, there's rook d2, but I simply have rook f2. So then I'm going to take on d8 first, simply to make sure the queens are exchanged. And now rook in game, 2 pawns up, I mean, should be winning. Rook d8. Okay, let's just go rook c2. Protect all the pawns. I mean, I don't need to do anything special. If I just stabilize the position, I should simply be winning being 2 pawns up. So that should be working. I mean, also shouldn't be too difficult to convert, actually. I mean, I can just push the pawns, and 2 passed pawns usually make the race. Okay. I mean, okay, it doesn't really have a threat, so I can just continue with the plan. Now I'm also targeting those weaknesses here. Yeah, at some point I can think about starting with e6, but okay, also not necessary. Now h6 might become weak. Yes, I think now I'm going to be trying to take this one. After b4, I will play rook a6. Take the a pawn, yes. Because if I took on h6, okay, at least he can take on a3, go rook b3. Although this is also lost, I mean, after rook a6 and h6, but okay, here I'm winning a 3rd pawn, which is also pretty clear win, I would say. Okay, quite good game, I would say. Was very solid. Yeah, I think just after f4, I mean, taking on e5 wasn't necessary, and then I immediately got material advantage, which is, of course, very nice. Okay, I get white again, so maybe then let's try something else. First d4, c4, and okay, maybe so. Yeah, I mean, I don't know too much about theory here, but okay, of course, it's a rather classical line. Okay, I'm not sure bishop c3 is the normal move, but okay, I'm also not an expert in this line. So, okay, I would like to go with bishop e2 or something, but of course I have to be accurate with dc4, bc4, bishop g2. But maybe I can also sacrifice this pawn at some point, actually, simply because then g-file opens up and it might become very dangerous for him. So I can think about it, but I'm also not sure I really want to do it. I mean, cd5 actually is a quite solid option. I mean, after e5 I would be very happy, but there's knight d5. Then it's also not so clear. So yeah, I have to make a decision here. I think I will go bishop d3 and okay, just say I sacrifice the pawn and I will get the strong attack if he takes it. Okay, so he doesn't even take. Then I will just castle and accept hanging pawns, but I think having the pair of bishops, it's a better version compared to normal hanging pawns, so I can do it. I mean, okay, now my idea would be to go something like queen e2, rook d1, rook c1, just stabilize. Maybe also like rook e1, depending on if he will try to push with e5 or not. But in general, I think e5 shouldn't be too much of a worry, simply because he doesn't have the dark square bishop anymore. I mean, a6 I don't really understand, because normally you're playing a6, we have the idea of playing b5, but I don't think he really wants to do it. I mean, the sacrifice is of course possible. I mean, you get the d5 square, but I don't think it's too dangerous or anything. So then I'm continuing with solid moves, h3, trying to improve. Okay, of course I have to find some kind of active plan at some point. So that's something I need to think about. I mean, now d5 comes to mind already. So yeah, I think I'll go d5. d5 I will certainly take on e8 first, and then I have to see whether I'm gonna take him with the pawn on d5 or with the knight. I'm not sure yet. But of course, if I take with the knight, like I will exchange really a lot of pieces, so I'm not too sure about that. But yeah, I think I will take with the knight. I mean, simply, okay, then we exchange a lot, but I still have the bishop pair, and I think that's something I can work with. So especially like even if he takes on c1 and on d5, then a6 is a target, and okay, it's something. So I guess he should take on d5. Then I will probably take on a6 or go queen c3 first. I'm not sure yet. And then I will try and target the pawn on b6. So I'm not sure I'm not saying it's like much for me, but feels like it should be some advantage. Okay, so I just saw that there's some idea. Let's say bishop d5. If I would take on a6, even bishop takes g2 actually, because then king g2, queen a8 is happening. But okay, I had queen c3 first, and I thought this works out. So okay, he doesn't even take on d5, but win the pawn like completely. Okay, I don't think this should really like work to get the pawn for free, but of course I need to see why it doesn't work. Okay, I don't know. Queen c3 looks very natural. So queen g5, bishop e4 looks good to me. f6. Okay, queen f6. But I think this is just a pawn. Yeah, I can just take and take again. And if he takes on d5, a6 is still hanging. And I mean, okay, this is, I suppose the position is just winning. Also, b6 is now very weak. I mean, even if he had the g pawn, I would still feel like I have chances to win the game. But pawn up, of course, you still need quite good technique and to be precise. But in general, I think it should be winning. Now I will come with the king. Also, his king is kind of cut here. I mean, there's no real way for him to enter with the king, and I will just run. Okay, I mean, I can go bishop d8 at any time and pick up the b pawn as well. So it's, yeah, strength of the bishop pair. I mean, here it's really strong. Just full open board, and then the a pawn will more or less queen, I would say. I mean, there's no real way to stop with the knight. Yeah, you see the knight is fully dominated, doesn't really have any kind of outpost, and then it's like very tough to play. Yeah. Okay, I would say this was also quite good game. I'm not sure like this d5 idea was the very best, but seemed quite solid. Okay, so let's move on to the next game. Okay, e4. I don't know. Okay, I'll go for Caro-Kann in this game. Yeah. See which line he's playing. Okay, so red and classical. Okay, I want to play knight f6. Of course, I know bishop f5 is the main line, but yeah, I think nowadays knight f6 also became quite popular, and it at least is quite much playable, I would say. Okay. I mean, normally white tries to go queen c2 immediately, like provoking h6 or h5 and saying that, yeah, then queen c2 was a good inclusion, because now I have knight f8 and don't need to push the h pawn. So I think, I mean, of course, you can play without queen c2, but if you play with queen c2, you normally should be playing queen c2 before I get the option to defend this with knight f8. So knight g3, okay. I don't know, probably bishop c7. I mean, it's never so clear who's playing for what exactly, but I'm trying to like pin the knight and maybe have the idea of pushing with h5, h4. But I'm not sure. I can also play normal, just knight g6 or something. I mean, if the rook e1, I will go bishop d7, and then, okay, we will see. Also depends on what exact his plan is going to be here. Yeah, I mean, I would say rook e1 would be still very natural, and then, yeah, probably you could also exchange both pair of rooks, meaning like take on the 8 and go rook e1, but it's never so clear. Yeah, f4, of course, is an idea, but I would say it's quite double-edged also, so it's not so clear. But in this case, it really makes sense, I would say. Okay, there's no real threat, so I mean, bishop d7, there's knight e4, which is at least a bit disturbing. I don't know, like playing b6 also is weird. Yeah, probably I'm gonna go knight g6 actually. But it's a very complex structure. Okay, I think I'm happy if he takes. I mean, now just giving me control with the light squares, and I mean, also f4 is already weakening the light squares, so now I feel like that's something I can work with. Yeah, I don't know. Probably also bishop e6 was very well possible. Here it seems like, I mean, the position should be quite good. Okay, now I don't really want to push the b pawn, so I'm gonna go bishop e6. After queen b7, I have rook a b8 or e b8, and then I will take b2 in the least case, so I think this is fine. I mean, entering to the second rank is very helpful for me, because then g2 might become very vulnerable, and also a2 is hanging immediately. So, okay, but yeah, if he's going back, I won the tempo, so that's good. But of course, the question, like, how am I gonna be trying to use that tempo? Probably queen d5. I mean, I certainly have to work on the light squares here. And yeah, I mean, I would like to break with c5 at some point. Having the bishop here, it usually makes sense to open up the position. And also f4 quite much of a weakness, so I think, I mean, opening up another diagonal leading to the king can be dangerous for white. So yeah, I mean, also a2 might actually be hanging. You might say it's not that important of a pawn, but still it's hanging. I mean, bishop a2 wasn't possible because of b3, I think, because then after queen a3, there's rook a1. But yeah, actually, maybe even this worked because then there was bishop b3. But okay, I don't know. Like bishop a2 is a very weird move, so this is much more normal. And also, like bishop a2, you have to calculate quite a lot, and if it goes wrong, it's just very bad. So I don't think it was like very necessary for me to play this, even if I have a good option, which I think I have here. Okay, exchanging queens is not so much what I like, so I will just go back. In any way, the queen probably goes back or somewhere else, yeah. Now, okay, after c5, most likely he will go bishop e3. So that's... But yeah, it's fine. I mean, I want to open up the position, then I'm also going to do it. Yeah, bishop e3, I will take bishop d4 and bishop d5. Yeah, I think we will see in the game that like f4 really is a huge weakness. I mean, looks like the position should be pretty good for black here. I have queen g4 as an idea. Yeah, actually, why not? I mean, he can't go h3 because knight is still hanging. And I think bishop f4 is a threat, so he has to defend this pawn somehow. Okay, queen f2, yes. Now h3 is actually threatening, but okay, what to do? I could go g5. Yeah, actually, I'm going g5, opening up the position even more. Okay, f5, but that's fine. Now again, h3 is not a threat because the knight is hanging. So now I'm gonna pin along the d file. Knight d2, okay, this guy's just hanging, and then that's it. Yeah, I mean, I just think f4 was interesting, but in combination with the bishop, it shouldn't be too good, and then the position was simply already very pleasant for me. Wow, okay, we have like 2 850 challenging. I think I have to accept this. Of course, it's gonna be very tough, but okay, we will see. I mean, I like those challenges. Okay, it's 5-0, but still, this is like a really huge rating, so this will be, I think, a very interesting game. Okay, so knight f6, c4, g6. So some Grünfeld, King's Indian kind of opening. Now there's like, I don't know, d5, bishop g7. Yeah, I have the option to go with e4, but I think I'm rather gonna be rather passive and solid and go for this. I mean, I know we transposed to some English line, but again, it's not the very normal English line. I mean, normally in this kind of position, he would have already knight on c6 and not be castled. I mean, b4, d6, and then there's, I don't know, cd4 and d5 or something, but here it's a bit different. So now, okay, I could take dc5 or I could simply castle. Okay, I think I'm gonna castle here. Yeah, now I'm checking and going bishop e3. I mean, now there are many moves. I don't know, b6, bishop e6. I think bishop e6 is the main move, queen a5. So I don't know which line exactly he will choose. Okay, he chooses bishop e6. So now I don't know, bishop c4 would be normal. Probably. I mean, you could also take on d1 first. I don't know. Yeah. So now I think this was kind of that either that this is tricky for black now. I mean, of course, bishop e6 looks very ugly. I don't know, bishop d5 might be a move, but again, then I'm pretty sure that will be better somehow. Like even just taking and checking on c5 looks good. I don't know, knight e5 is very suspicious. So I don't know, probably bishop d5 is still the best option, but okay, I don't know. And the bishop d5 probably also just rook d1 is very strong, to be honest. Because then after e6, c4 is staying with tempo, and I don't know, knight d4, bishop d4, c4, rook d4 is also looking very scary. Yeah, he also spent some time because I really think it's not easy here. I mean, I think you were supposed to take on d1 first and then take on c4, and then okay, it's just symmetrical, but of course it's always white being this one tempo up, so can try, but this might be dangerous. Okay, he goes to e6, but I'm pretty sure this is accepting that you're, I think, already much worse. Okay, I can take on c5, I can go queen b3. But okay, taking on c5 is so natural, I think I should do it simply. Now I have pair of bishops, this is like a horrible structure. Also, like rook d1 is coming with tempo, so this looks very nice. But yeah, of course, I mean, he has to choose something, and this at least is not losing immediately, so he can at least still play. So now queen b3, what's his defense? Knight d4 I can take, queen d7 I have rook d1. Okay, I don't see it. Probably he has something in mind, but at least I don't see like a good way to defend all pawns right now. Knight d4, but yes, I can take, and now take on e6 first, and then I don't know, I could take b7 as well. But yeah, I mean, taking on b7, rook b8 is not too great, so probably I'm not going to do that, just rook d1. I mean, rook fd1 I simply don't want to play because then b2 might become even more vulnerable. Yeah, I'm just going to be trying to exchange queens and then say, okay, it's an endgame with a pawn up so that I can really push. Rook d3. I mean, at least I feel like I'm very safe here. I'm a pawn up, so the position should be much better, and I can just try whether I will be able to win the game or not. Now, he actually allows me to go bishop h3, which I'm not sure I would have allowed, but yeah, he has knight d5, so okay, I will just go h3. There's no need for me, like, to get provoked. Actually, this b2b3 double pawn is quite helpful because I can have the outpost or the safe spot on c3 for the knight and also defend c4, which is very important now. I mean, otherwise knight c4 would be quite a big problem. Now simply rook fd1 will be next move, so I also have the fully open file under control. f4 will be following normally. Yeah, I mean, it's just pretty bad position for black. Pawn down, also, of course, e7 is not the ideal structure. Rook c7, okay. Now if I go f4, okay, he resigns. Okay, I'm not sure this was, yeah, now just rook d8 works. Okay, I didn't even check for those very easy tactics, but here I'm just winning a piece immediately, so that's where he resigned. Okay, I think then he more or less like ran into some kind of an opening trap here. So this was, I mean, he couldn't really show his own strength because the position got very bad really fast here. e4. Okay, so then we had one Caro-Kann, then we have one Sicilian as well. Okay, so here we have a Najdorf. And I see also some theory lines. Okay. Okay, I'm like, it's been quite a while since I checked all those lines, so I don't know, like I have b4 here probably and knight h5, and I'm not exactly sure. Okay, I'm just going knight h5, I don't know. I mean, I'm not trying to be like playing all the main lines and main theory here. I don't think it's too important. Normally, if we get kind of a playable position of the opening, then we can play a nice game. Knight d5. Okay, I have to take. Okay, but I think this is dropping this pawn. Okay, again, I'm not sure it's too bad, because after takes. Oh yeah, it looks quite bad actually, because obviously this is not the like to exchange from the white's perspective. I mean, the bishop on e7 normally is stuck, let's say, after white goes h4, and here I get to exchange the rather bad bishop against the good bishop. Now I can go knight b6, but then there's queen c6. So, okay, where do I go? I can go rook a d8, rook f d8. Not easy decision. I'm going rook f d8 here. I don't have the feeling that the f7 pawn is going to be too weak anytime soon. So that's why I really decided to like keep the a6 pawn protected and not f7 extra protected. I think this runs into knight f4. I mean, of course, like queen a8 is possible, and rook a8, bishop d7. You only use a queen against rook and knight, but still, I mean, the position should be actually lost already. I mean, the bishop is quite bad. I'm one pawn up already. And also, I mean, the pieces are not too well placed. Okay, just king g6, king g7 for safety. And then, I don't know, I'm going to be trying to convert the material advantage here. I mean, there's nothing much he can do, actually. Okay, I mean, exchanging two pieces for the rook is good for me. So yeah, now I'm absolutely certain that the position is winning. I just need to make sure that I'm not, I don't know, getting kind of mated here in the 7th rank, but that's still far, far away. Somehow I might even be able, yeah, I'm just blocking d5, and then I feel like that should be it. I mean, yes, simply no move. Yeah, now I'm even winning one rook, so okay, that is certainly winning. Okay, I can also get the check first, that's not too important. Okay, so he still wants to see my technique, that I'll be able to convert this. But okay, I mean, I think as long as I'm not blundering the queen against nothing in one move, there's not much that can go wrong here. Okay, so we are winning the rook now. I think it's quite nice. Okay, just trapping the rook has no squares. And then I'm gonna be promoting the f pawn. So I can already pre-move that. Yeah, and he resigns. Okay. I think it was also quite a good game. Simply queen takes d5 is wrong, I think, and then you immediately lose material, and also strategical, there were some problems. So I have to admit, overall, like the openings go very well for me. So okay, next game we have d4. Okay, I'm gonna go knight f6. Bishop f4. Okay, e6. So I guess we will get to some kind of a London structure. c4. Yeah, I think it's like transposes to some rather modern line, like d4, knight f6, c4, e6, bishop f4. And then now what I'm doing here is not like the exactly most critical. But okay, I also don't think that a3 actually is the most critical. So because here is now like he can't take on d4 because of e5. Yeah, I mean, this looks already pretty bad for white, actually. I mean, if I just keep this pawn, I'm basically one pawn up for nothing. Okay, so now I'm going e5 and taking on e4 next move, and I think I'm already 2 pawns up. Didn't really understand the move e4. But I mean, bishop g4, yeah, still knight e4, bishop d8, knight d2, and okay, if he takes on d2, I take on d8, so this works. Yeah, here I can just take on g5, and okay, yeah. As I said, 2 pawns up for nothing, so position is already winning. Yeah, I have to admit, like, the openings, I get winning positions quite easily right now, so the openings go very well, which of course makes it easier to win the games. But yeah, also here I still need to be accurate, like, you can always blunder something and then the whole thing turns around, so. But yeah, it's also, I mean, it's not like there's concrete danger for me coming here. It's just that, yeah, I mean, the position is quite bad for white, and also it's hard to create counterplay. I mean, if he would be 2 pawns down, but I don't know, it's a very complicated position, and there's counterplay or some attack. It's like very difficult still, but here I don't really see that. Okay, b5, so okay, I can go pretty much anywhere with the knight, but where do I go? Okay, I'm going to e7. Simply because if he goes to h3, I will take and just go knight f5, and I have my center stabilized, and then I don't know. Also, his structure is already very bad then. But there's no other way to save the knight, so I don't really think that he has another move. Okay, he has another move, but I mean, doesn't look too dangerous after queen g7. Like, even give a check on a5 and then castle long. So I don't think this is a problem. I mean, queen f7, I don't know. Let's say I have queen c7 or something. I mean, I'm just full piece up, and also right now you have to see that his king is really, really weak. I mean, I feel like I might already be able to win huge materially, because bishop e2, okay, now this is mate in 1, but also bishop e2, queen d4 wins at least the rook or the queen, because if he goes to the first rank, I take on a1, f3 is not a square, and after king g3, there's rook g8. So this is also quite a big problem for him. But yeah, again, like, out of the opening, the position was already very bad, and then obviously it's very tough. I mean, okay, c4, e6, I'm going knight c3, f5. Okay, I mean, don't know the exact move orders here, so I will just play it the way it seems right. I mean, now he lost 1 tempo with e6, e5, but probably you can argue that also b3 is not the normal move. I mean, normally, of course, I would like to push b4, but okay. So, okay, I'm going d3. I think it's necessary. I mean, for now, e4 is not threatening, but at some point it most likely will be. So now it's the question whether I can go e3 or not. But also knight b5 could be annoying at some point. But yeah, not yet. Not yet. So I'm going for this. Yeah, I thought about f4, but I simply believe that it's not like too dangerous for now, but probably I was wrong about that. So now I guess EF4 he would play bishop G4, which also it's not that clear whether it's too dangerous, but at least that's the idea. But yeah, I think EF4 I have to go actually. There's not much, I don't have much choice. But also bishop G4 is not threatening anything, so it's just that maybe I the idea of slowly going knight C6, knight D4, but okay, this really takes some time. Okay, he goes bishop H3, but okay, okay, this doesn't really scare me, I have to be honest. First of all, because I have something like knight G5, at the least case, and also I can take and go knight G5, but I don't know, I think knight G5 immediately looks quite good. Doesn't seem like anything's wrong with it. I mean, I guess he will take on G2, king G2, EF, queen H5, knight H5, knight E6. But this, I don't know. I wouldn't like the position with black because simply I think he loses material immediately because he has rook C8, but then there's knight D5. Okay, so he goes bishop G4 now, but I mean, now there's no pin anymore, so I can just go to E1. EF4 is not possible because E7 is singing and H3 is an idea. B7 is singing also, by the way, which is very important actually. So he goes knight C6, yeah. Reasonable, I would say. I think H3 is a good idea because I still have the idea of, I mean, exchanging queens maybe it's not necessary, but it would be like calming because then I'm not getting mated and the position itself should be quite good. Yes, now I have to choose a move. I mean, queen E2, he takes on F4. I can also go to D1. I'm not sure. Okay, I'm going to D1. Okay, queen E8, so he really wants to keep the material, but okay, I think simply now the attack is pretty much over, so there's not much to worry about. I mean, takes knight E4 feels like it's a quite healthy pawn that I'm up there. Yeah, knight D4. I mean, he has the D4 square, but it's not too big of a deal. I mean, I also have the D5 square. I will take exchange the knight on F6 now, and then knight will land on D5. Yes, I will exchange, put knight on D5. Then also I will be able to eliminate the knight on D4 here. Yeah, looks quite good. But probably I won't even take immediately. I mean, I also have like F4 ideas. So yeah, I'm going rook E1 with the idea that after queen F7 I have F4. Because if he takes, I can take on D4, F3, rook F1. This works, I think. Yes, C6, of course, it's possible, but okay, I can just take on E5, yeah. There's no reason not to. CD5, bishop D4 should simply be winning. Okay, this wins a piece, and then with it, I think also the game. But the position was already very bad before bishop B6, so it's not like this changed too much, but I think now it got even easier. I mean, it's just full piece and full 2 pawns, no attack. Also, I'm those, I don't know, like 30 seconds up on the clock, so I'm not gonna get flagged here. Okay, it tries to create some attack, but I think there simply is no attack here. And yeah, then, okay, he runs out of time, but the position is also, I even would say dead lost. Okay, so we have also an FM challenging, so that's also, I'm gonna try, and then probably I'm also gonna be trying to give little lower rated players a chance to get a game. Because yeah, I mean, I'd simply like to have also some very interesting challenges, but of course it's also about playing against everyone here, I understand. Okay, knight D5. I mean, yes, bishop F5 or bishop E6 normally. Okay, he goes to E6. Okay, I think I got the good version here. I mean, feels like probably we'll get to some endgame, but I think I should be a bit better in those endgames. I'm gonna be, I mean, bishop c4 now and even bc4, and he has to take. I mean, knight c4, there's knight d7, so yeah, I think I'm gonna take with the pawn even here. And now I want to keep material, but I not at all costs, so I will go f4. And king e2. I think castling is not necessary. I mean, the center is fully closed, so there's no reason to castle your king in the middle. Should be perfectly safe. Okay, he takes on e5. I mean, the only idea can be that he believes he will push f6 fast, and then it's fine. And probably it's right. Okay, I mean, I can't do anything that special here. I have to be honest. Okay, knight e4. Probably I should have played knight e4 immediately, actually, because then after f6 I can go knight d6 and takes. This looks very interesting already. Yeah, so he tries to castle first and then go f6 here. I mean, I really like to somehow prevent him from playing f6, but I don't really see how for now. Yeah, then I'm just going rook f1. I mean, what to do? I mean, still, I can never be worse, and it's just that probably his position is also very solid, and then I have no advantage. But okay, it's not too big of a problem. Okay, now I have knight g5. Okay, he can go e5, I understand, but still, it's not that obvious whether he will get back this pawn. Okay, I think I start with knight e6. So now rook f7 or rook c8, I think, should be played. Okay, he goes to f7, I take. He goes to d7, which I think is not precise, because now I can take on f7 and play knight c7 and play e6 and ed7. In rook c8, I go e6. Yes, king goes where? Probably g8. And then, okay, the problem is that after ed7, rook c7, there's no immediate win. Okay, and I would simply like to punish him, but it's not maybe not yet the moment to like win immediately. It's very well possible that I mean, okay, I can just take on d7 and be a pawn up, so that's okay, what I'm gonna do. It's also already much better position, so nothing to complain about. But it's not so easy to convert here, because of course this e-pawn is not the ideal extra pawn. And also his pieces are, I mean, quite active, quite well placed. And I have to be fast as well, because that's also a problem. Yeah, I mean, even if I get to winning position here, I really have to make sure I keep enough time on the clock to win also then the winning position, because I think for now it's not yet winning. I mean, there I still have to put in some work. But yeah, it's hard because okay, he wants to go to the bishop endgame. Okay, I don't know. I will go to the bishop endgame. If it's not winning, then it's not winning. That's okay. Who can change that? No, I want to go e4, which would rate in 1 and 2 mate in 1. So this really wouldn't have been a good idea, but yeah, I'm going for this. Okay, e5. Now I can go to h6 and go e6. But I think the pawn on e6, it should be winning. But yeah, now, okay, yes, this problem. So how do I win this now? Bishop e5, bishop d6 should be the idea, I think. But I have to be very fast right now. I mean, absolutely no time to. But it's not easy, yeah? Yeah. This is not going the way I planned it. the position king f8 h6, so. But I have to be fast enough. But probably I'm gonna be fast enough simply because I have the queen and therefore I can be pre-moving easier and I can destroy his pre-moves. Okay, very tough game, but I think, I mean, the conversion was quite good simply the time got very low in the end, so it was close, but overall quite good game. So yeah, I'm just saying it again, I would prefer to play 3-0, so the guy's challenging in 3+2, maybe you can change the challenge to 3-0. Okay, so we had 1 Caro, 1 Sicilian, then we go back to 1 Caro here. And we get the same line again. I think I'm gonna stick to knight f6. I believe it's easier for Blitz to play. And it's like the plans are quite similar in all, no matter what he does, which also makes it easier. I mean, now, okay, if he doesn't go h3, I think I'm, no, okay. I have the opportunity to go bishop g4, but I don't know. This is also possible. So now, probably now I would go bishop g4. Yeah, I'm going bishop g4. Even if it's not the pin, like it's not so easy to move this knight anywhere. I mean, knight d1 is not really a move you want to play. But yeah, bishop b2 also is not really a move you want to play. Okay, bishop e6. So I don't know, probably he's going for rook d1 and c4 as an idea. At least would be normal. I think I can take on actually. This is the usual plan how you win those games in bullet here with black. Simply like provoke h3 at some point, and then if you can just take it. Of course, you have to make sure it works, but here it works because it takes 6. After queen e2, I would have knight h4 and bishop e2. There's knight h4 and rook e4, just too much coming. Okay, here I can just go back to g4. And that's just one very important pawn, which normally should be enough to win the game. Knight h2. Okay. I'm going back to e6 simply. I mean, I don't need to. I mean, there's no way for me to mate immediately anyway. So we'll try to slowly set up an attack again with bishop c7, queen d6, and then maybe if he goes g3, I have h5, h4. Okay, if he goes g3 immediately, I will go h5, h4 immediately. Just trying to break his structure there. Yeah, I mean, the like you really see that this pawn is missing here. No, I will simply open up the whole king side, and then this is going to be very dangerous. Okay, probably just lost, to be honest. Yeah. I mean, in the least case, I'm going to win a few pawns here, but yeah, probably I should have taken on g2, actually. This maybe wasn't too smart. But, okay. I mean, it's not like this was so bad. Okay, I mean, f4 was still a move. It's not like, of course, the position should be lost, but you can still keep playing. So here we are going for like main theory lines. Ragozin. Okay, I'm gonna take and go bishop g5. Okay, in case he takes e5, which okay, he doesn't. Then I will just go bishop d2 and hope to get e4. I mean, I think normally you should take ed5 here. Yeah, because simply now get the center, and that's already like, at least I can claim I got what I wanted. queen e2, rook d1, e5, and then attack. Normally this should be the way to go here. Okay, now I need to like play bishop e3 to stabilize the center, but in general the plan stays the same, I think. Simply, like, if you compare the position to some Zemitar structure, I first of all won quite a few tempi, and also those bishops are not exchanged yet, which is, I think, good for me, because simply in general keeping more pieces on the board is better if you have more space. And here, obviously, with those center pawns, white is the side who has more space. Okay, b5. I mean, I can take this pawn actually, but I also don't need to. I mean, I really like the knight on e5, and I hope to get some kind of attack here with queen h5. Yeah, he goes for bishop f6, which I think is quite good. So, okay, I'm gonna take on. No, I don't really want to take. So I'm going rook d1. I think, okay, of course he can take now, and the structure's not so good, but then I think I can kind of cut his pieces from the king side by putting rook on d6, and this might, I mean, the d-file might become like very useful for me then. And otherwise, I maybe can take and go d5 at some point, or take and then a3 and then d5 in this order. Okay, so he takes, goes queen e7. Yeah, I think rook d6 is part of the plan. Simply double the rooks. Yeah, I mean, this is very hard to defend already. Also, bishop c5 probably bishop c5 was very strong also already. I mean, then knight c6, there was rook c6. Okay, here I thought I have this rook queen d2, attacking both pieces. Okay. And now I'm winning a piece and then also winning the game. But yeah, simply those pieces were not coordinated well enough to like defend everything. And then, of course, can happen that at some point, something will be hanging. Okay, endgame is not the problem with like a pass out like this and piece up. I'm just going rook c1 here. Moving the bishop back, bishop b6 will be next move. Okay. Yeah. He also resigns. I mean, there was not that much he could do here already, I think. So, okay, d4 worked out last time very well. I'm gonna repeat that one. Okay, so here we have some Benoni or Volga. Okay, Volga. Okay, I forgot. We know that this is supposed to be the rather precise move order for black, meaning not taking on a6 first, but waiting. But okay. Also, this is already some time ago that I checked this line. e6, yes. Okay, I'm going just bishop e2. Yeah, takes, and our castle. Maybe I have the idea of going like bishop f4 and knight b5 at some point. So this might be an idea. I think bishop f4 simply is the right square for the bishop. I mean, I think d6 is like the only vulnerable point, but of course, I'm also already a pawn up, which means that if I get to stabilize my position, that would already be enough. I don't need to. When stabilizing is enough here. Like h3, maybe a4. Like I could also push the a pawn, but not before the knight has moved, because a4 I don't want to allow knight a6, knight b4. Here knight a6 I would have a3 still, or maybe also rook d1, I don't know, but at least I still have the option to kick the knight away from b4, which is, at least I believe, important. Okay, I'm going h3. I think this is usually nearly always useful. I mean, takes is good because then d6 is hanging. Knight b4, a3, knight bd5, queen b6, knight b6, bishop d6 is also good. So I don't know. It's not so easy to suggest a good move here for black, because simply d6 will fall in most lines. Yeah, now I take on d6 and take on c5 next move. Of course, it's still, you can say, only the double pawn that I'm up, but okay, it's still 2 pawns is 2 pawns. It's quite much, and I think, okay, this is too much. Okay. I think now position should be pretty much clearly winning. I mean, I will have, also the pieces are bad, and exchange and pawn up is too much material simply. And also nothing really moves here. So yeah. Time looks also very good for me. I think shouldn't be too difficult to convert this. Knight c6, there was rook c7, and now takes, okay, knight d4, probably I will pick up even more pawns. Yes, another pawn. And okay, now b pawn would be running. Yeah, and also he runs out of time, but yeah, again, in this position also, I mean, if he would have more time, I don't think there's really any chance to survive. So, who else do we have? d4, okay. We will stick to knight f6. Worked very well till now. Okay, d5. No, okay. I mean, this is still theory everything. It's nothing special so far. And I think also very well known. I mean, this is, Catalan is still one of the main openings in d4. And this is also one of the main responses from black. So knight bd7, knight bd2. Okay. Okay, I think knight h5. But I'm not sure now. I mean, we got kind of a little bit different position than normal. So I'm not sure how it is compared to the normal line, but I think it should be quite solid for both sides. Yeah, now the problem is that I can't take on e5 and go d4 because b7 is hanging. Otherwise, I'm not sure I really want to take on e5. I could go rook c8, but then there's queen a4. I don't know, I feel like I got kind of tricked by the move order here. Okay, so what am I going to do? Yeah, it's not so easy. And I don't really like any of the obvious options I have here, but okay, knight f6 is what I'm going to play now. Yeah, I mean, simply he didn't spend the tempo for queen c2, which is why I had kind of a problem. But yeah, now I can take and go knight d7. That's, I think it's fine for me. Oh, knight is not cut from the game. Of course, yeah, it's also a very solid position for him, but now I'm not too worried. I mean, I will go a5 to prevent him from playing b4, and then I have normal moves like rook c8, queen d7, and so on. a5 is, I think, important to stop any kind of b4 ideas. b3, okay, rook c8, queen d7. Probably I'm going to be trying to double on the c file. I mean, of course, the d4 is a very nice outpost, but okay, also, I mean, it's simply a nice square, but not doing too much. Okay, now I have bishop a6 as well. I mean, I understand he's trying to push b4, but also by now it's not too big of a problem. Okay, I could take and go knight a4 or go knight a4 immediately. I think I can go knight e4 immediately rather, simply because, I don't know, take is only good for me, because then the a3 pawn is weaker than the a5 pawn, but of course I'm also not entirely sure about that, but yeah, seems that way. Okay, now I'm gonna take and go queen b5, because I think I can win the pawn here. Yeah, I don't know, if he takes and goes rook c1, I can still go queen b4, rook c8, bishop c8 should be fine. Yeah, and that was the opponent, then the position should be quite good. I think simply the problem for him is that this knight on d2 is a very bad piece, because it has no real squares here. I mean, of course, the knight on d4 would be great, but then it's not so easy where to put the bishop. So, but yeah, I mean, losing this pawn is quite helpful for me. So I think I'm going bishop c5. He takes, I have bc5. And I think he has to take. I mean, bishop b7 was probably also possible, but I simply didn't want to start calculating some moves like queen c7. Okay, knight b3 also very reasonable move. Now I have to get out of this pin. I think now probably he will take. Of course, he could also go e3. There's nothing wrong with e3. Okay, I think this is. You don't think I can simply take the piece? But okay, I'm also not sure. Yeah, there's again queen c7. Okay, I'm running quite low on time, so I will just make the solid choice because the position still is very good. So it's also important to have a safe position where you can play fast. Yeah, now bishop c4. Yeah, now the knight is getting to where it belongs, but yes, as I said, now this bishop will be the problem, and also now I'll start pushing the b pawn, which might be very unpleasant. Queen b1, I have knight c3. Yeah, and also now I won on time, but I think again the position was, I don't know, at least already quite good here. I mean, as I said, probably I could have taken this one piece. I'm absolutely not sure that this was the best way, but anyway, the position was very good, so that's why I chose the safe way then. c4, okay, I'll go knight f6 and e5. So now, yeah, we got, I would say, kind of an reverse Sicilian. Okay, I think I'm going to take on c3 already. I'm not sure it's the best, but looks kind of solid now. Bishop d6, and I hope to get c5 in immediately. c5 and then knight c6. This would be the idea. Yeah. Simply to have this like solid setup in the center, and then we will see. It's like a normal structure, but I think quite interesting for both sides. b6, bishop b7, I think also is quite reasonable if I get it. So he goes e4. Now I'm not sure I want to go to b7. I mean, h6 is necessary in any case. Probably I'm going to e6 now, and then of course I don't want to run into, I don't know, some kind of knight g5 moves. Now bishop e6 and rook c8 looks good to me. I mean, good in the sense that it's quite solid. Not that I'm better or anything, but yeah, I mean, I have everything under control. And yeah, I think now knight d4 works, so I will pick up the pair of bishops here. Which is maybe not too bad for him, but it's, I don't know, I think nice to get that. Queen b2 or queen d2, yeah. Okay, I will take on e2, and now probably he's gonna be trying to push d4 sometime soon. But yeah, I can't really prevent him from doing that, and I also don't think it's an actual problem. Yes, he goes d4. So, okay, I will just take, yeah, I'm not sure I'm gonna take twice. Okay, I will go bishop c4 here. Yeah, it's not easy because if the knight gets to d4, then I can't really move the bishop because then there's knight f5, but it's quite complicated structure still. I mean, I would have really preferred to get this bishop on e3 for the knight, but okay, now this is also fine, I think. Okay, queen e1. Yeah, we'll take. Bishop d4, I have rook e8. I mean, I would like to provoke e5 actually, because then I can control the white squares. And now I have just bishop b4, and then I will go back to e6, I think. And claim that, I don't know, and endgames always have the advantage with the pawn further away from the sides. Also, the bishop on d4 now is not that good anymore. Yeah, this pawn on e5 blocks the own white's pieces, and also f5 is now not really protected, so that's why I wanted to provoke it. Rook c4. Okay, I will double on the c file. I think he blundered rook c2 now. I mean, this is, at least as it seems, I'm winning a piece here. But yeah, he was already under some time pressure. So I understand that then it's more difficult to see all the tactics. Yeah, and also he resigns. So yeah, I think it was also quite good game. I mean, I'm not sure I was always bitter, but it was a solid opening from both sides, and I felt like the moment I provoked e5, it started to go my way. Okay, again, I see I have quite many 3+2 challenges, but yeah, I would rather prefer to have 3+2, not 3+0, not 3+2, sorry. Okay, here we start with knight f3. Okay, I'm not sure he's online, so probably I'm gonna try to find another game here. Okay, then we play 1 3+2. I mean, people prefer it. I will go e3. Knight f6, c4, knight c3, b3. Yeah, I mean, I've had this kind of line already quite many times, so it's funny. I mean, I've played it online quite a lot, so that's why, of course, also some people already played like this. Yeah, you have to play f5 because h7 was hanging and also bishop e4 was threatening, and the only way to protect both is to play f5. But now I have bishop c4 and, I don't know, some kind of quick d4. And of course, f5 is like quite a series, I think. I'm not sure, like knight b4, what exactly does it help him? But yeah, I mean, I understand that maybe d5 was threatening, so that's why he played knight b4. But I mean, he could have played bishop. Yeah, but now I have dc5, no? I think I'm winning a pawn here. Queen c5, bishop e6. Yeah. Okay, that's good. And I will castle. Bishop a6, I have bishop c4. And of course, yeah, again, like f5 is quite a big weakness, I would say. Of course, yeah, now my pawn structure also gets weakened, but okay, I'm already a pawn up, and this bishop, of course, is very nice here on b2. Yeah, I'm thinking about probably going for rook d7, but yeah, I think I will go for rook d7 immediately. I was thinking maybe I should include a3, but a3 is, I don't know, also potentially weak, so that's why I didn't play it. Like, it didn't really feel right to play a3 here. a7 is hanging now. Yeah, well, it's not easy to defend this pawn also. Probably bishop f6, but then I can take on a7, so yeah, here I thought I have bishop d4, which is a problem for him. Now he has to take on d7, but okay, then I get the queen, otherwise he will lose the piece. And he resigned already. Yeah, it was bad. Again, I think in the opening he got into a worse position, and then after gc5, if I get the pawn on e6, it's already like seriously much better for white. Okay, so then we are gonna go for another 3+2. Okay, I think again he's not online anymore, or wasn't at all. Okay. Okay, we have here like 1-3-0 challenge. Okay, e4, we are going for 1 Sicilian again. Hopefully we will get like a sharp game here. Knight d4, knight f6. Okay, so we have another knight off here. And g3, okay. Bishop g2, I will castle here. Okay, I will play bishop e6. Probably follow up with knight bd7. I mean, it's always the question when to play b4, because if he plays a4 now, I have knight c6. Yeah, he goes bishop g5, but now I'll go knight bd7. f4, I have h6, a4, I don't know, probably h6, probably rook c8, many options. Now I'll go b5. I mean, if he allows me to get knight d7 and b5, I think that's quite good for me already. a3. Okay, rook c8. I mean, I can just go for normal moves here, and I think I will be quite happy. Okay, g4 is quite, I would say, drastic measures. So, okay, I will play knight b6. After b3, I'll have h6. Probably I should have played h6 immediately. h5 was also a move. I mean, there were many options. But yeah, I mean, it's not always easy to calculate everything. You have to like just decide for one thing that looks reasonable if you feel like you have many quite good options. Okay, he gives away this bishop, which I'm happy about, I have to say. I mean, now like g4 really seems to be a quite big weakness. I think I'm gonna keep the bishop pair, go to d7, then try to go with g6, maybe to g7 or to g5 with the bishop, and then f5. And yeah, I mean, normally White's plan would be to play, I don't know, like c4, b4, c5. But yeah, I mean, here, since I already got to play b5, there's not even c4, and I'm already coming with f5. You just have to defend h6, of course. But now f5, I think, will be coming. Yeah, and I think f5 is a huge problem for him, actually. I mean, especially after rook c1, because if the knight moves, I have bishop g5 here. So, but also the attack in general is pretty strong. But okay, I can win materials, so I'm gonna take it. Yeah, just take, I don't know, like queen g5. I mean, I have a good position and I'm simply an exchange up, so the position really should be winning here. I mean, f4 is threatening, already a huge threat. Not so easy to defend also. Yes, queen f3 was normal, but I think I have e4 also now. I mean, c2 is hanging, I can already choose how to win. Yeah, like those pieces are too passive, there's no real counter chances, and then of course, like it's a huge material disadvantage here, so that's very hard to make up for. And now king has to move, and then f4 will be coming. After rook d3, there's e4, so I don't think there's any way to save the game here. Okay, yes, to check, but yeah, knight moves bishop f5, so this or f3 or something, it doesn't save the game. I mean, okay, queen will be lost, and probably it will be made anyway, so yeah, I think this will be a win. Yes, okay, I feel like it was a quite good game. Again, probably wasn't necessary to play both bishop g5 and a4, and then h3, g4. I mean, I understand the idea of going probably knight g3, knight f5, but in this case, it didn't work too well. Okay, again, I don't think he's online, so then I will go for another challenge here. Yeah, probably I'm gonna be playing this 3+0, and then you can also challenge in bullet, so 1+0. Then, I mean, there's not that much time left, and then, well, there I can get more games. I can play more games in the same time. So, I mean, of course, you can also still challenge 3-0, but then also I think 1-0 makes quite some sense. Here I'll just go knight e5 and f4 and try to attack. Because now I just simply got the Carlsbad structure with, I mean, anyway, I like the structure. It's, I think, a quite good structure for white. But here I got it even with like some tempi up, so that's great. Yeah, I'm going to h4, I don't mind. No, there's like a funny move. There was a funny move knight g4, bishop e7, queen e7, and okay, it didn't work. Because in the end, there were d7 was saying, so like knight g4, bishop g4, queen g4, queen e3. I thought it works because I lose the bishop on d3, but d7 was still hanging, so it didn't work. But okay, anyway, yeah, I think d5 was probably also possible, but I'm going for this. So now, yeah, probably I should have played d5. I mean, more attacking chances compared to this now. Yeah, I really should have played d5, I think. Now it's quite normal position for black as well. Because then, yeah, the knight doesn't really have a story. I mean, going to e8, yeah, queen g5 is very good, I think. So, yeah, I would have to take and go bishop f5 and hope for the best. Yeah, knight b6, I will go b3. I mean, don't really want to see that knight on c4, so I'm gonna simply prevent him from going there. Probably I will have that to play with e4 at some point. I mean, I went bishop f5 to prevent him from playing f6. Okay, but g6 is quite weakening, I would say. So I think I will go back and claim that now f6 is not as easy to play as it was before. Now I probably will try to double on the f file. I mean, I don't really understand rook b8. Probably it was a mouse slip and he wanted to play rook c8 in order to push with c5. I mean, at least this would have made more sense to me. Knight b6. Okay, like, yeah, I will take on d5. And now I have knight e4. I think this is quite good now. This is like where the knight wants to be. Yeah, probably having the opportunity to go to d6, f6. Like, there are some quite nice squares now. Yeah, I can just move, and he has a problem, an issue with the pawn on g5 now. Yeah, I can take. Knight is attacked, so the knight has to go to d5. I have different ideas. But yeah, okay, this is just a piece. I mean, after knight d5, there was bishop g6, which I think was very strong. But here I'm just full piece up, so this should be completely winning, actually. I mean, there's no counterplay, so just defending my pieces, and then I think that should be it. Rook e8, I have bishop e4, yes. Because now I exchange this bishop, and either I get to defend my pawn on e5, or I win the pawn on f7, which in both cases turns out to be good. And now I win f7, and then also win b7. Okay, this is mate in 1, even easier. So yeah, I think it was a not that good game for my side, because I played f5 instead of d5, but then the endgame was more or less equal until I got the knight to e4, and then it got very dangerous. So okay, now I'm also gonna play a few bullet games. So we have some Iran. Of course, it's always funny to have like kind of theory battles in bullet. Okay. Yes. I think this is quite good for me here. I mean, bishop on b1 is not really the square you normally want to go to. I'll try to put a knight on c4 here. Yes, this is nice. Okay, of course he has e5, but okay, I don't think the take is so strong. I will simply go g6, and then I hope that this is already more or less it. No, I think I can. Okay, I'm not winning a piece, but queen d3, g6. Then he has to take g3, which is quite bad. Yeah, okay, now I win the piece. Okay, simply g6. a1 is hanging, e5. Okay, f5. Yeah, take on a1, bishop g6, queen f1. That's fine. And he resigns. Okay, it was quite good, I think. Oh, we have an IM challenging for bullet. Okay. Okay. Let's see. So we have Nimzo, queen c2. Yeah, okay, I mixed up some moves here, I think, but okay, again, it's bullet, so can't be too bad here. I mean, it will always in bullet, everything changes very fast, obviously, so it's not like, if you mix up one move order, that's already it. That's not like the same thing compared to classical or like Blitz even. So now, okay, I have to be accurate because this could become like very dangerous here. And also bishop h7 might be a threat, but okay, I don't know. Let's say the position is just getting very crazy here. But yeah, I don't like my position at all right now. Oof, yeah, knight e4 really hurts. Okay, I have to go king h8. The position is very bad for me now. But okay, I'm not dead yet. I will fight. And I have to fight very fast, because also my time is very bad. This is certainly helping a lot in terms of fighting, but still I need to be fast enough, because I'm really behind in terms of time here. Yeah, now I win another piece, queen h4, that is also very important, and then, okay, he resigns. He doesn't want more skills, thank you for that. I mean, okay, I guess I would have made it, but still it's never like that easy. So, okay, we have, yeah, okay, then I'm gonna play one more 3-0 game. E3 again. D4, okay, I will like follow up with C4 now. I always believe that this knight on C6 is simply like not really the right square, So, I mean, it just blocks the C pawn, and it normally is not the best way in the structure. Of course, I know the opening exists, that's not my point, but simply from a general strategic point of view, it's like not what you're used to. Yeah, I'll go with knight e5 and then cd5 next move, probably. Yeah. Yeah, I think now bishop e2, he already has some issue with this knight. I mean, knight c4, I can go knight c4 or bishop c4. Probably I should go bishop c4 because for this b5. Then d4, queen c4, I already won the pawn. Yes, okay, I had to give up my good bishop, but still. It's a pawn and also one central, so quite important pawn. f7 is attacked immediately, so I think he should go bishop e6. And then, yeah, I will go to e2, simply like develop knight c3, castles, and so on. Okay, now I go e4. And if he takes on c3, I will go bishop c3, and then simply the f-pawn will run. And I think this is quite a big issue for him. Yeah, it's not so easy now. I mean, f4, f5 is very strong attack. e6, like those dark squares, they're really gonna be very weak. Also, the bishop doesn't have a really good square right now, I realize. So that's another problem here. But yeah, simply not like, I don't know, something like, oof, okay, even opens up the G file. That, I mean, now I'm already looking for some quite fast mate. I mean, f6, e7, that's, I don't know. Yeah, this is winning. I mean, I'm getting the rook already. Okay. Yeah, it was quite easy. I mean, in the opening I won, and then I felt like, okay, I'm a bit better, but not too much. But then it went quite fast. So, okay, do we have another bullet challenge? Because I mean, one bullet game, yeah, still fits. Okay, so we get another Mirana, I guess. Okay. It's funny to see. Are we gonna get the same line or not? Not the same, but yes, something quite similar at least. Okay, again, I'm not really sure about the theory, but I feel like I got a very good version here. I mean, winning this pawn, taking this bishop. I feel like that's what you dream of. Now getting an endgame immediately, and I think already winning an exchange because simply this rook doesn't have a square. It's quite funny. I mean, yeah, okay, the position's already totally winning. Ah, okay, yeah, yes, this one. I forgot about that. Sorry, so I'm not winning the exchange, but okay, I'm already pawn up. That's something. So, I mean, I'm not winning immediately, but I have a very good position, and I'm being up on the clock, which is also very important in bullet. Rook 1, yeah, now I can simply castle. H6 will be following. And yeah, now, okay, he will lose on time, but I would simply start like pushing this B pawn, and I think the position is probably already winning. Okay, I think this will be it for today. Thank you all for the games. I think there were like quite a few very interesting games. And also, yeah, thank you for watching and see you sometime. Bye.
He played the Berlin, which I sort of expected, but I didn't really know what to do against, because in reality very few people do.
When we are playing an even game against someone of similar strength to us, usually we need to give something in order to obtain the initiative.
Just how shrewd and cunning Alireza can be, even with very little time.
I want to show you a game just to prove that I play these lines that I played against former world #2 and a bit of a superstar, Vachier-Lagrave.
It's time to take control of your journey towards chess mastery. Magnus Carlsen introduces Chessable, the definitive solution for studying chess. Move Trainer uses the science of spaced repetition to identify your strengths and eliminate your weaknesses. There's no need to set up a board, remember which page you're on, or keep track of all the moves you miss. Move Trainer empowers you to go from the opening to the end game with confidence. It's a seamless, effective, and fun way to study chess. Choose from one of the largest online chess libraries in the world, with hundreds of titles ranging from classic books through to our exclusive Chessable courses, including over 100 free courses. Get expert insights from International Master John Bartholomew, Grandmaster Sam Shankland, International Master Christoph Sulecki, Grandmaster Simon Williams, World Champion Magnus Carlsen, and hundreds of other instructors. Get started now and join our growing community of over 100,000 chess enthusiasts at chessable.com. Chessable, take control of your journey towards chess mastery.
Welcome to the new Chess24 playing experience. Play in light mode or dark mode. Choose from a range of time controls or create a custom game. And get paired with players from around the world, fast. Enjoy a polished playing experience while making moves on a fresh, responsive board to claim your victories. Train and improve with over 80,000 puzzles. And that's not all. Download now and discover what more you can enjoy in our brand new app.